Okay, let's discuss today a very important question. Describe the different forms of prose writing. Even though it may not be coming for your exam just like this, but the understanding of this concept is very, very important, or understanding of this portion is very, very important. Describe the different forms of prose writing, or you can say forms and varieties of prose, or describe the different forms of prose writing. So, number one, essay. First one is essay. So, what is an essay? It can be formal or personal. An essay can be formal or personal. Formal essays are, so essays can be formal or personal. It can be formal or personal. So, formal essays are analytical. What do you mean by analytical? Analytical means examining something step by step. Examining something step by step, or you can say thinking carefully by breaking something into parts. So she gave an analytical answer. The essay is very analytical. So thinking in a clear and detailed way. So that's all about analytical. So formal essays are analytical. So it's a clear and a detailed way. So formal essays are analytical and are informative. So how are formal essays? They are analytical and informative. While personal essays are more more conversational, conversation, right? More conversational and anecdotal. What do you mean by anecdotal? Based on short real life stories. Anecdotal means based on real short life stories, as seen in Charles Lamb's essays of Ilya. So that's all about essay. It can be formal or a personal. Essay can be formal or personal. Formal essays are analytical and informative, while personal essays are more conversational and anecdotal, as seen in Charles Lamb's essays of Ilya. Number two, biography. Number two, biography. These works offer a comprehensive exploration of someone else's life, focusing on factual narratives. Okay. Number two, biography. So, what's biography? Biography, the story of somebody else. These works offer a comprehensive exploration of someone else's life, focusing on what? Focusing on factual narratives. Focusing on factual narratives. So, these works offer a comprehensive exploration of someone else's life, focusing on factual narratives. Number three, autobiography. Autobiography, somebody writing about themselves, offering a subjective, introspective account of one's life. So, what do you autobiography? What do you mean by autobiography? Offering a subjective, introspective account of one's life. Autobiographies often omit events but provide valuable self-reflection. So that's all about autobiography. Offering a subjective, introspective account of one's life. Autobiographies often omit events but provide valuable self-reflection. So after autobiography, you have a travelogue. Travel writing, as exemplified by Dean Muhammad, explores cultural encounters and journeys to different lands, often reflecting on the foreign through Indian lenses. So that's all about travelogue. What's a travelogue? Travel writing. Travel writing as exemplified by Dean Muhammad. So his writing is considered as one of the first work. Dean Muhammad explores cultural encounters and journeys to different lands. So Dean Muhammad's work is considered as the first English work by an Indian author. Travel writing, as exemplified by Dean Muhammad, explores cultural encounters and journeys to different lands, often reflecting on the foreign through Indian lenses. Then prose can also be classified stylistically as descriptive prose. Easy one. Descriptive prose. Vividly describes people, places, and events, offering a more impressionistic or a realistic portrait. So what do you mean by descriptive prose? Vividly describes people, places, and events, offering a more impressionistic. What do you mean by impressionistic? Based on general feelings or not detailed facts, offering a more impressionistic or a real portrayal. Picturing. Narrative prose focuses on the sequence of events, often seen in biographies and memoirs. What do you mean by memoirs? Written account of a person's life experiences. So narrative prose focuses on the sequence of events, often seen in biographies and memoirs, with some works blurring the line between the fact and fiction. So what is there in the narrative prose? Focuses on the sequence of events, often seen in biographies and memoirs. Memoirs means written accounts of a person's life experiences, with some works blurring the line between fact and fiction. Truman Capote's In Cold Blood is an example. Expository prose, primarily academic. So next is what? Expository prose. Expository prose. Primarily academic. It aims to explain ideas logically and thoroughly, using devices such as metaphors, analogies to aid understanding. Okay. So what is next one? Expository prose, primarily academic. It aims to explain ideas logically and thoroughly, using devices such as metaphors. Metaphors means, simile, like A is like B, he is like a lion. But in metaphor, it will be A is B, something like he is a lion. Such as metaphors and direct comparison is in metaphor. And analogies, comparison used to explain ideas clearly. The heart is like a pump. So devices such as metaphors and analogies to aid to make the understanding easy. Expository prose, primarily academic. It aims to explain ideas logically and thoroughly, using devices such as metaphors and analogies to aid understanding. Stylistic aspects of prose. The study of prose requires close reading, focusing on aspects like diction, means word choices. Syntax means, okay, so the study of prose requires close reading, focusing on aspects like diction. What do you mean by diction? Word choice. Then what? Then syntax. Syntax is sentence structure and rhythm. Victorian prose, for example, often employed periodic sentences, elaborate and complex sentence structures designed to build suspense and meaning. So in the Victorian prose, often employed periodic sentences, elaborate and complex sentence structure designed to build suspense and meaning. The stylistic choices made by authors reflect the meaning behind their word. So the stylistic choices made by the authors reflect the meaning behind their words, making prose a powerful vehicle for conveying not just information but emotional and intellectual depth. Okay, that's all about the stylistic aspects of prose. It's a short question about forms and varieties of prose, but still an important one. Okay, we have essay. We studied about essay. Okay, I'll just type it down. We studied about essay. Then comes the biography. Then comes the autobiography. Then comes the autobiography. Then comes the travelogue. Then comes the travelogue. Then comes descriptive prose and stylistically prose can classified stylistically as descriptive prose. then narrative prose, then we have a expository prose. Then you have stylistic aspects of prose, all that we discussed. Okay, see you with the next question.